Welcome to the AMZ Wealth Builder free introductory course lesson on strategic product selection. Now, what we're going to cover here, some people will call a hack, some people will call it tips and tricks. We're going to look at it as strategy because this strategy in product selection is going to precede the actual items that you end up selling because they have to fit within your strategic requirements. And this business plan, that 4-year single product economic model and that 4-year complete business plan are all predicated that your FBA fees are 35% of your selling cost. That's the model. So we have to make sure in our product selection that we don't select products where the FBA fees are greater than 35%. And if they're less than 35%, we can even be more profitable. You can be more profitable. So there's 3 things that really impact those fees. There's the price of the product, which we'll take a look at here. There's the weight of the product, because Amazon has to ship it to the customer. And the dimensions, again, because weight and dimensions both impact the shipping expense that Amazon is going to incur. And they pass that on to you. It's built into your FBA fees, is that free shipping. So we need to be exceedingly strategic in our product selection. So first we're going to look at price. So we have two basically identical products. Home Hero kitchen utensil set. One for $24.99 and one for $46.75. The only difference between these two products is one has twice as many utensils. But in each offering, the $24.99, the spatula weighs the same, and the $46.75, the spatula weighs the same. There's just more of them and more variety in the bigger offering. On the $24.99, sort of that sweet spot of where people are saying you should do business, price you should sell at, the FBA fee is $9.55, 38% of your selling price. It exceeds our objective. The $46.75 price point, just more utensils, a bigger offering, has fees of $13.99. More fees because there's more weight, more total weight because it's twice as much product being shipped out, but it's only 30% of the selling price. So look at that, 8 percentage points different. So that's huge. I mean, that's huge. If you have a product that's doing $100,000 a year in revenue, and you'll have products that do way more than that, and you're picking up 8 points, that's $8,000 of additional profit just by being intelligent on the impact of price. Now, the next example we're going to use is going to, again, make the point of price, but it's also going to really drive home the issue of weight and dimensions. So here we're going to take pots and pans, cookware. That's heavier. It's much heavier, and it could come in bigger boxes. So we're going to take, again, that sweet spot of price, under 20 bucks, around 20 bucks, $18.56. The Amazon fees are $11.20, 60% of the selling price. You're dead. I mean, it just doesn't work. So without analyzing this component, you could look at this $8.56 offering, and you can always say, I could buy these pots and pans in China really cheap. I can bundle something in it. I'll have some great video. I'll have an image that are fabulous. I'll show pictures of some woman cooking this fabulous food in these great pots and pans. But you hadn't looked at your weight and the impact of all of that on your fees, your weight and dimensions, 60%. You're dead. Product's never going to make money. So we say, okay, let's go for the higher price point. because that's the business model. We want products that are more expensive. So we'll just sell a bigger assortment of pots and pans. But on a per pot and pan, the weight is the same. And in fact, the bigger assortment not only has twice the weight, it's a bigger box. The dimensions are bigger. But you get the benefit of size. So at $55.57, $27.09 in fees, and only 49% in FBA fees. Only 49%. You're just as dead with one bullet or two bullets. There's really no difference between 60% and 49%. They're both killers. You can't do it. So it's not just enough to say, I'm going to sell the higher priced item. It's enough to say, with the higher priced items, I need to ensure that the weight and dimensions enable me to meet Amazon's requirements for standard weight and FBA fees. And as I said, we'll cover this in great length in the training program. In fact, product selection is the first thing that we're going to cover in the complete training program because it's the first thing you need to know in the process. But I think here you've got a strategic understanding of how we're going to approach product selection. We're going to look at the impact of price, weight, and dimensions, and we're going to end up with products that meet or exceed our criteria of 35% fees as a percent of selling costs. And if we could beat that, every dollar, every percentage point flows right through to the bottom line. And every percentage point adds a percentage point to your profit. So with that being said, this will conclude our lesson on strategic product selection. You now know the impact of price, weight, and dimension on your FBA fees, and this is going to have a profound impact on your success as an Amazon FBA merchant to achieve your goal of creating transformational wealth. So thank you, and now we'll move on to the next lesson.